Alright guys, welcome back to another video. Technically it'll be a part 2 of the previous illustration of this. I think it was part 5. This would be technically part 6. I got something to eat and now we are back at it. So I've got my reference. I've also got my Morpho book for clothing folds and creases, as we are about to also work on this part here. I think there's actually a reference in here. Yes, there is. Trying to see what's going on here. So, got that up. I've also got reference on my thing here. So we're going to get to going on this. All right. So we're adjusting the way this is wrapping around. So guess what that means? That means we're going to erase this part. And I will actually, let me mute my TV back so that way I'm not getting copyright later. And then we're going to start Alright, I feel like this part's I feel like this part is fine, but I just want to have like other this part right here is killing me. This part, I don't like it. Maybe this, there we go. I like that a lot better. I like that a lot better. And I'm going to adjust this a little bit. All right, so that's done. That was pretty simple. But I'm not doing too much detail. I'm not doing any patterns on this either. I might do a slight tone over it, but I'm not gonna do anything like a pattern. I'm just repeating myself. I'm not gonna do a pattern in the fabric. I forget how many hours we're into this illustration too. I have not been paying. I think this would be what? Oh, this is part 6. We're about 6 hours into this illustration. We're about 6 hours into this illustration, I think. I'm going to take my, I wonder if I'm going to do, I might do my F pencil as soon as I can find it. There we go. Let me clear this stuff out of the way. I'll take my F pencil, I'll do a tone over this, because I don't want it to be white. And I'm not really doing any pressure. It's really just the pressure of the pencil at this point. You can see how far back I'm holding the pencil and just going over the area here. All right, so that's done. With that, I'm gonna take my blending stove. We're gonna clean it like I've been doing, and then I'm going to go with the lines. I'm blending these lines in. That's why I'm going the way I'm going versus going like this way. I'm trying to go with the lines that I've laid in here. So see how those lines are not as rough or as harsh as they were before, and I'm going to go over it again because I'm trying to smooth these lines out even more. So just kind of going back over them over and over. I'm pretty sure there's probably a more technical, appropriate way, but This is giving me the effect that I want right now. Look at that. Cool, cool, cool. I feel like I want to do this darker because of the skin tone. So that's what we're going to do. So I'm going to press a little bit harder. And this is still the F pencil. And then if I need to, I will do the B pencil. So because this harsh line right here against the fabric and the skin, I'm going to take the smaller blending stub and try to smooth that line out as well. Just softly, well, not softly, but I'm trying to get right on the edge of the line and then also the skin, so that way it also looks like a shadow of where that fabric is over, is casting a shadow on the skin or on the body. And then kind of blending that out. Yeah, I'm probably gonna go a little bit darker with this. So I'm going to sharpen my B pencil because I've got not enough lead showing for me that I would like. Sorry, I know you guys hear that fire truck / ambulance in the background. But I want more lead showing to kind of help make sure there's not like these harsh like lines across the paper here. So like that's a lot better for me. So I'm gonna hold it way in the back here. I'm gonna barely touch the paper, just the weight of the pencil, and I am doing this. Like here would get darker. And so even with the line here, I'm slightly just going down it with the pencil, but not trying to make like a hard edge line, because I'm just going to try to blend it out. Excuse me, blend it out with the blending stub. Alright, I'm gonna darken this up a little bit where the fabric meets the skin to give it a little bit more separation with the tone. Alright, let's get to blending. There we go. I don't want to do too dark because I'm not trying to do like a black for the, I don't want it to look like a black for the, the heck is my blending stub that other, no, that's not the blending stub that I want. Where's the other blending stub? There we go. I don't want it to be too dark. But I feel like it might not be dark enough, so if I need to, I will go at least, try to go at least another shade darker. Yeah, I'm gonna do another shade darker. All right, so we're gonna go here. And I'm gonna go up and down with this particular shading so I can help get hopefully some more of these crevices within the paper. And I'm probably going to have it darker around the shoulder area and have it lighten up as it goes down. Except for around here. All right. What are we at? 19 minutes in? It's not bad. So those clothing lines blend in a lot more now that we've got some layers on top of it. And I'm gonna darken these up just a little bit, and Alright, so we're gonna blend this in hard. I'm pressing really hard so that way I can really blend that in. Boom. Look at that. Alright. That definitely looks a lot better. Alright, so now I'm going to clean these edges up a little bit. I know I still have the face to do. I've been slowly working my way up, guys. Slowly working my way up. I am going to do a little shading here to kind of differentiate the shoulder from the chest. You can kind of already see it a little bit anyway, but I wanted to kind of make it a little bit more pronounced. And then I'll deal with this area here, the actual chest area, because this is going to go in a little bit and curve that way. So I'll get that in a second. There we go. And I'm going to slowly go back and forth so that way it blends in a little bit more with everything else. So it's not this harsh line. There we go. It's not as harsh, hopefully. All right. Where's my main phone at? There we go. Sorry, I'm over here trying to... Sorry, guys. All right. All right, what are we doing now? The chest area. Specifically, so if this is here, this is where you have the little divot from the clavicles. And actually, technically, if this is here, you would have the other clavicle here. So be a little bit of shading here of the clavicle, because of how the there we go. I'm gonna sharpen my pencil. There we go. I'm gonna try to lightly blend this in. I'm gonna use the kneaded eraser just to highlight a little bit of this. So I'm gonna remove a little bit of that. So just to kind of get a hint of where that clavicle would be. I'm just tapping here. There we go. And I'm just going to slightly go over it to kind of lightly blend that in. There we go. Boom. Look at that. All right. So now we're going to work on the chest. So here, so we have this divot here. That means this is going to be here. And this is here, so there'd be another divot here from the chest muscle. So it'll be this here, and then there might be a little bit of a line here, but I'm not going to do too much. We're going to blend this in, and then I'm going to lightly, well, not lightly, but I'm going to pretty much mash this in so that way it blends in. I'm going to lighten this up because it wouldn't be as dark. Throwing that curve in there, and then the line here, and then because like this part here, I'm probably gonna have to throw back a little bit because it doesn't quite look just right. As here would be the thing. And then I want to do like here and then here, because this goes here. This will be darker, and then here. So it'll all be blocked in. Alright, that's the chest area, and then we're going to slowly blend this in so that way this kind of blends in a little bit more. It's not as rough. And I'm doing the curve that would normally happen with the chest. And I'm following the shape of the deltoid here. And trying to make sure it blends in down here with the rest of the arm. I'm gonna slowly tap these in here, just so it looks a little bit more, the blend looks a little bit better here, because right now it's kind of looking rough. So alright, so we're gonna put a little bit more color into this under the chin area here. There we go. I'm still add the highlight a little bit, so I'm gonna slightly touch this up. And then still this little part here, the sternomastoid, I think is the name of the muscle. Then we're gonna lightly continue to blend it out just to make sure it looks a little bit smoother. Boom. This part here would actually be dark because it's being covered up by the necklace and then the way the light would be hitting. And then just some hard blending here, pressing really hard as I try to blend this out. we at here? 31 minutes. All right. Oh, shit. Here we go. All right, so the hair. So what I'm gonna do with the hair, I'm gonna do like actual circles for the hair to kind of see what we're looking at for the texture. And I'll probably do that with the blending step too. Because the hair is black, so, which means it's gonna be more working with the highlights to kind of help with giving an idea, I think, for the hair. So, he's gonna have a clean hairline, so. And I gotta remember to do the the scars. So what I might have to do with the scars is after I lay everything in, slowly go or lightly go over that with my what the heck is it? My kneaded eraser to make those a little bit lighter compared to the area that it's around. So, oops, sorry guys. I want to do a bit of a fade here, so I'm not going to get too close into that. What I'll do is I'll do the here, and then I want to be careful because this is the part where there's a scar here that goes down. So I want to be mindful of that. So what I might do is I do kind of help differentiate, because that part that I'm not going to have the hair grow back in that area. So I'm going to do this a little bit darker because this is where the light wouldn't hit. I want it to be more shadowed here in this area. Not really much to say with this portion here. It's just it's just time consuming doing one thing compared to like the skin. Like I said, this is going to be a challenge for me, this whole illustration, because it's on acrylic paper versus just regular smooth Bristol paper that I'm used to drawing on. I wanted to try something new, so I'm thinking about, like I said, possibly coloring this in with some inks or acrylic wash. And I wanted to be on paper that was going to be able to actually hold that type of, take that type of material, that art medium, without buckling the paper. And as you can see, you can still see the texture through the paper because I'm not pressing so hard that the paper is flattening itself out. It's just going other directions that I'm trying to work with to try to help fill those gaps in there. Whew. Like I said, this is just time consuming at the end of the day. Smooth these lines out because this is where the fade's going to be. And then back at the furrow here. So I'm going to have these a little bit denser here. I still have to do the lip area too. I forgot about that. Well, I probably haven't said anything the last minute or so. I'm still here. Like I said, it's just really repetitive at this point. Not really much to say. Oh, Jesus. Mm-mm-mm. I'm not gonna shade these in or like with the blending sub. I'm gonna do this real quick and then I'm gonna call it a day on this recording, or at least right now anyway, because I am going to the store so I can get some figure out so I can get what I need to get to make dinner tonight. And then and I'm trying to do small circles, not big ones. But at the same time, I kind of want to hurry up and get this beard done. Ooh. And I want to darken this area up because it's going to be hard to see against the skin. There we go. It's a lot better. All right. So, there we go. Okay, there we go. All right, that's it for today. I hope you guys enjoyed this, or you guys are enjoying this series. We'll probably have one more video of the pencil work. Hopefully, and then we'll get to the possible painting. So, or the inking, whatever, however I'm gonna do that. So, hope you guys like this, and I will talk to you guys later. Peace out.